And we will. So we are looking at the Prakaranam. Prakaranam means we are looking at the category where Andal is waking up her friends, those who have not yet joined them for the Vrata. So there are 10 friends, totally they'll be waking them up. So from 6 to 15, it is all about waking up the friends who have not yet joined them. Last time we saw one friend, Andal and her friends, they went to one friend's house. They called her Pillai. Pillai means she is still small, young in her understanding. She has not understood that coming together with Bhagavatas is better or greater than experiencing Krishna alone. So in that sense, Andal called her small girl, little girl. And after telling her many symptoms that now it is early morning, Andal was successful in bringing her out. This little girl came out and they all go ahead to the next friend's house. So the next friend, so let's recite that Pasuram. Isaki sennengu mani chatham kalandu pesina pecharavam kettilayo penne kasum pirappum kalagalappa kai perthu vasanaram kulalaichiyar mattina losai padutta tairaravam kettilayo nayaka pen pillai narayanan murti கேசவனை பாடவும் நீ கேட்டே கிடத்தியோ தேசமுடையாய் திரவேலூர் எம்பாவாய். So here the scene is like this. Andal has come to the house of the second friend and she is also sleeping. And Andal has to again give many symptoms to explain to this girl that wake up, it is already early in the morning. And she starts by saying, like for the first friend, she said, Pullum Silambinakan. She told some auspicious sounds that were being heard at that time. She said that Garutman or the Kshemakari bird Garuda, the carrier of Lord Vishnu, is already woken up. And because he is the king of all the birds, all the other birds have also woken up. So that was one auspicious thing that Andal pointed out. And the second auspicious thing that Andal pointed out in the previous Pasuram was that the yogis and the munis are already reciting and chanting Hari, 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 Hari. So when they wake up in the morning, first time, that is what people chant. And she pointed out at these two auspicious sounds. And now coming to the second friend's house. So in the second friend's house, Andal again starts saying that kees and nango. So again she's saying that birds are chirping, can't you hear? But in the previous Pasuram, she already said that birds are chirping. So that chirping was when the birds had just opened their eyes into the nest. They had just got up, so they were doing the chirping sound. But now the time has progressed a little bit. So the birds are like talking to each other. Now they know that they are going to fly away from the tree. They'll go far away places to find food. And some birds have to go and bring food for their little ones. So they have to fly and go very far away places. So the birds know that they are going to get separated for some time. So it seems they are all talking to each other. The bird couples, the mother bird and the young ones, they are all talking to each other very happily because now they are going to go away for a long time. So this is that kind of chirping. And that is one thing. And then she says, the second symptom is Kasum Pirappum. Kasum Pirappum means, like in our country, in all traditions, we all wear a Mangal Sutra during marriage. So in Mangal Sutra, there are two elements, two things are there. So I don't know if it is also in Andhra. So the two things which are there, the pendant kind of thing, one is given from the parent's side, maternal side for the girl. And another one, she gets it from her in-laws side. So she wears two pendants like that in her Mangal Sutra.
It's the same here too.
Oh, very nice. So you are familiar to that. Yeah, so we also have two. So one is from the maternal side, the similar one from the paternal side. So one is called Kasu, and another is called as Pirappu in Tamil. So when these, it seems when these gopis, when they are churning the curd, the curd is very thick in Vrindavan. Now we all must understand that Andal is in Vrindavan. She has gone through a complete transformation. The entire place has got transformed for her. Her friends are transformed. everything, the temple over there, the river has turned into Yamuna. So there is a complete internal and external transformation that she has gone through. Not only that, we discussed last time that Andal is also walking like the Brajvasis. Her language is like them. The culture that she speaks about is also like them. And moreover, she also has smell of butter, curd, and milk on her body. Yeah, so the transformation is to that extent. So she says that these gopikas, they are churning this curd early in the morning, and because they have to churn so hard, the bangles are jingling, and the two pendants, the kas and pirappu that they're wearing in their Mangal Sutra, even that is like colliding with each other and making the jingling sound. So can't you even hear that? You should be able to hear the churning sound. Churning sound is very auspicious, and this sound of the two pendants. So this is what she is telling her. And she's saying that Vasana Rankula light here. There is nice fragrance coming out from the hair of the Gopastris, the gopis of Vrindavan. So after hearing all these Mangala Dhwani, how can you still be sleeping? She says like that. So this girl, Andal addresses her as Pei Penne. Pei Penne. Earlier one was Pillai. Pillai means small girl who is little immature. And Pei Penne. Pei means kind of crazy. So she's calling her friend, you crazy girl. How can you sleep? So we will see that in every Pasuram she will address her friend with some adjective like this. So this one she's calling her as Pei Penne. Pei means crazy girl. So why crazy she's calling her? The previous girl, she was a little immature. She was a little young in devotional service. She didn't know that she has to come out together with devotees and experience Krishna. But you are mature. You already know the fact that you should not experience devotional service alone. You should enjoy this bliss in the association of all the devotees, knowing that you're still sleeping. So that's why Andal is saying, you're crazy girl. Pei Penne. Pen means girl. So Pei Penne means crazy girl. So this is how Andal calls her, and she says, now after that, in the sixth line, Andal is calling the same girl Nayaka Pen Pillai. Nayak means, we know even in Hindi, hero, heroine, Nayak, Nayika. So the same girl, Andal is calling her Nayaka Pen Pillai. So she's saying that, Hari, you are like the leader in our group. If you don't come, who will lead our group? So because you're the leader of our group, you should join us. And then she says, why should you come with us? Because the Narayana Murti, Lord Narayan, he has come now as Keshava. Because he has come here, he is in our town as Keshava. We are going to sing his names. So because we are going to sing the names of Keshava, how can you still be sleeping? You should join us in that singing of his names. So please come out and join us. So this is the scene. Now there's a very interesting thing that Acharya has explained, that in this samsar, the trees are only bearing poisonous fruits. There are only poisonous fruit bearing trees in the samsara. But in this tree, there are only two fruits which are like nectar, and they can give us amaratva. Only two such fruits are there in this poisonous tree. So which are those two fruits? One is Keshavanam, and second one is Bhagavata Samagamam or Bhagavata Satsangam. So these are the two things, the two fruits on this tree, which is only bearing poisonous fruits, but except these two, one is Keshavanam and another is Bhagavata Satsang. So these two fruits, if we pluck and if we experience these two fruits, we can get liberated from this samsara, which is filled with such poisonous fruits. And all the sense objects and everything is leading us towards those poisonous fruits. So we should choose these two fruits. That's why Andal is saying that Keshava is here, and we have an opportunity to sing Keshavanam. So wake up and come, she says. So another very important, now let's pointing out to what are the Mangalam things, auspicious things that Andal is pointing out over here. First of all, she's saying that Kasum Pirappu. When women wear this kind of jewelry, it is the sound that is produced from this jewelry. Abharanam is very auspicious. Even the jingling of the bangles, the pendants, these are very auspicious sounds. And then she says, Mattina losai padutta tairaravam. Matt means the churning rod. Because of the churning rod, there is a sound. When we churn the curd, to churn butter out of the curd, there is a sound it makes, right? So everyone must be having some experience of churning curd at home. So it makes a particular, not in the mixer, that's not a very good sound. When we take a churning rod and do this action, then that sound that it produces is a very auspicious sound. It's a very mangalam sound. So all this we should learn what is auspicious, what is nice for us to hear. So every morning, if we produce churning sound at home, then our day will be filled with auspiciousness. So why is it auspicious? Now, Andal being in the mood of Vrindavan gopis, Andal is saying that in Vrindavan, all the gopis were aware that once there was churning of the milk ocean. And when there was churning of the milk ocean, so many objects came out of that, but most importantly, Lakshmi Devi appeared from that. So the Braja gopis, they feel that every time we churn, something like Lakshmi Devi is going to come out of it. Or the churning itself is very auspicious because churning gave, that because of the churning, Lakshmi Devi came out. And whenever there has been churning, something good has come out. Like if you all remember, when they churned the body of Vena, Prithu came out. So when they churned the milk ocean, so many things came out. Kaustuba Mani came and so many, Airavat elephant came, but most importantly, Lakshmi Devi came out of that. So Lakshmi Devi came. So it seems that that's why the Braja gopis, they like churning very much. They feel when we churn, something very auspicious comes out of it. And they are waiting that maybe we will also see Lakshmi Devi from this. That's why they like churning. And Andal is pointing out that the sound of churning itself is very mangalmay, very shubhakari, shubham, mangalam. So that sound, it seems, reminds us of a pastime of Krishna, that is Damodar Leela pastime. So that when the gopis were churning butter, it seems it is the habit of the gopis was that they would churn the curd, and when the butter would float on top, they would leave the pot as it is and go and do some other work. Later on, they would come and then collect the butter because there would be a lot of butter. They churned in huge big pots. So as soon as the butter comes, we know that it starts floating on top. So they would churn, and when the butter starts floating up, they would leave it and go and do some other work. So during Damodar Leela, it seems Krishna went and he collected the butter that had come on top, that was floating on top. He collected all that butter, and we know what he did with that. And he messed up everything. And of course, he got the name as Butter Thief, and how Mother Yashoda chased him, so that everyone knows that Damodar Leela. So this Damodar Leela happened, and Andal points out that why Krishna did Damodar Leela. He did that butter stealing pastime to free us of a sin that we all have. We all are in this material world living over here, but we all have so many papas. Papa means sins. Like in the 5th Pasuram also we discussed prarabdha karma, sanchita karma. But one major papa that we all have done is atma apahara chauryam. That means to think that this atma is mine. We should realize that this atma is not mine, it is the property of Krishna. But we all think that no, this is me. That's why always saying that I did this, I did that. That I is actually very egoistic. It puts us more and more into that consciousness where we feel that this atma is mine. But actually, the atma, every jivatma is the Lord's property. The Kaustuba Mani that the Lord wears is a representative of the jivatmas. And we know that Kaustuba Mani belongs to the Lord and is very dear to him. He always wears it in his chest. So on one side there is Srivatsa, that is Lakshmi Devi's place, and next to that is the Kaustuba Mani. So the Jivatmas are so dear to him that he holds it in his heart. But we have that committed that papa called as Atma Pahara Chauryam. Because of that, we are suffering in this world. So to free us of that sin of doing that papa, Atma Pahara Chauryam, Krishna performs this pastime of stealing butter. So when we remember Krishna's pastime of stealing butter, we become free of that Atma Pahara Chauryam, and we realize that I am this Atma, I am this Jivatma, and Jivatma is Krishna's property. So we become free of that. And when we become free of that sin, we attain the Mangalam of Sanmargam. Sanmargam means going on the right path. So that is a Mangalam, or that is the benediction that Anda has pointed out in this particular Pasuram. So this is how she is built up, beginning from the churning of curd to how we have committed this path of Atma Pahara Chauryam, to how we can be freed of that by remembering Krishna's Damodar Leela. And when we think about Krishna's butter stealing pastime, we get the Mangalam of going on the Sanmargam, or the right path. And this way we can free ourselves. And now, so of course, when this girl, when she heard about all this, she happily came out and joined Andal. Of course, all these intimate talks like Pillai, Pei Pillai, these are like crazy girl, all these intimate talks are only among the girls. So when they go to meet Krishna, they deal with each other also very, very respectfully, like that. But among themselves, they have very intimate talks like this. So we will hear many more of the such intimate discussions that they had with each other. Okay, going ahead. கீழ்வானம் வெள்ளென்று எருமை சிறுவீடு மெய்வான் பரந்தன தான் மிக்குள்ள பிள்ளைகளும் போவான் போகின்றாரை போகாமல் காத்து உன்னை கூவான் வந்து நின்றோம் போது கலமுடைய பாவாய் எழுந்திராய் பாடிப் பறை கொண்டு மாவாய் பிழந்தானை மல்லரை மாட்டிய தேவாதி தேவனை சென்று நாம் சேவித்தால் ஆவாவென்று ஆராய்ந்து அருளேலோரெம்பாவாய். Okay, now they are coming to the house of the third girl. So in the third girl, so this is the third friend who is still sleeping and who has not yet woken up. Andal comes in front of this girl's house, and she is giving a very beautiful symptom of to explain to her that now it's already early morning. So this is something that this is a practice which is very typical in Vrindavan, Mathura Vrindavan. So like we were discussing that when Andal got transformed into Gopi Bhav, she also got that culture. She started speaking about those practices like the Brajvasis practiced in Vrindavan. So this is one practice that they did typically in Vrindavan, it seems. What is that? Keelvanam Vellandru Yerumai Siruvidu. So Andal is saying, let us see the scene first. She's saying that the eastern horizon has already brightened up because the sun is about to rise. And another thing she says is that the buffaloes have gone for their early morning breakfast. So it seems in Vrindavan, Mathura, this was a practice that they had all kinds of cattle. They had cows, they had buffaloes, goats also. So milking the cows was in a different way, but milking buffalo means buffaloes would not give milk very easily. Like for the cow, you take the calf to the cow starts giving milk, but the buffaloes will not give milk like that. So what they have to do is early morning, just before sunrise, they release the buffaloes. Till then they will be tied up with ropes. So they release the buffaloes, and when they release the buffaloes, it seems they run with full speed. Where do they run? They go to the meadows, to not very far, but just in their backyard of their houses. And they find some dew-laden grass over there, dew-laden fresh, tender grass, and they eat that first. Only after eating that, they come back to their sheds, and then whatever the routine has to be done, that they follow. So for the buffaloes, this is very important. Every day before sunrise, they have to release them. They run to eat the dew-laden grass just in their backyard. and they come back. So she's saying that, don't you see the buffaloes have all gone to eat this dew-laden grass? That means it is. So this is like their not even breakfast, something like as soon as they have woken up, they want to munch on something. So it is that. So like a starter. So it's like a starter for the buffaloes. So Andar is saying the buffaloes have all gone for their early morning starters. Don't you see the buffaloes are being released? They're all running together. That is another symptom. And then she's saying, okay, most importantly, Povan Pogindrari Pogamal Kathu. She's saying that we had come in a very big group. Group in Tamil is also called as Goshti. Goshti means now we had all come in a very big group over here. We were all going towards Krishna's house because we need. So basically, all these girls are going towards Krishna's house because Krishna is going to help them. He is going to give them all the paraphernalia needed for their vrata, and he is going to accompany them to the river Yamuna. So we have discussed all this already in the first Pasuram. So all these girls are on their way to Krishna's house. So it seems it was a very big group. All the girls had come together, and now the Goshti is such that half the girls have gone ahead. They were going already to Krishna's house, and some of them are waiting for this girl, for the third friend. So Andar is saying that when we came here, we realized you have not yet woken up. So half of us are waiting here to call you out, and the remaining half of them they were already going ahead, and they were going in such a way that they were relishing their yatra itself. They were relishing their anticipation of going to Krishna's house. So they were going in that way. That means this was not like an ordinary going to some place. Like it is not like they're just going somewhere. So they are relishing their going. They are going with great anticipation that they are going to meet Krishna. So the girls were going in such anticipation that we are going to Krishna's house. They were blissful. They were enjoying and experience every step that they were keeping on this path, because every step is taking them close to Krishna. So this is how these girls were going. So their minds were filled with enthusiasm, anticipation, happiness, bliss, and they were singing all these nice names like we have been discussing till now, Keshava, Madhava. They are singing all these names and they are going towards Krishna's house. So half the girls are waiting over here, half the group have already gone far ahead, but Andar has told them to wait. So though even the girls who have already gone quite far, Andar has given them a message that wait, don't go, wait. So Andal is telling this girl who is inside that, Are, the girls who are going with such anticipation in their heart, I have asked them to wait. Now they all are waiting. They are waiting just to call out to you, just to take you along. So you should not keep such people waiting who are going with great anticipation. So Acharyas give 3 examples over here of how people go with how going for yatra, the anticipation itself can be even greater. It can give greater joy than the destination itself. So the journey gives more happiness than the destination itself. So he speaks about so Acharyas give the example of Tirumalai Yatra. Tirumalai means going to take darshan of Tirupati Srinivasa temple, Lord Srinivasa. So he says, Acharyas explained that now it is very easy, we just go by train, bus, flight like that. But it seems previously people had to really walk that great journey, and even to go on top, it seems there were no buses or anything. People had to climb that forest mountain. The 7 mountains, they had to climb through the forest. There were tigers and all those kind of animals also. So anybody would go to Tirupati, it seems other people means they would really they were not even sure if they would come back, but they would go with such anticipation that we are going to go and see Lord Srinivasa, Lord Balaji. They would go with such anticipation. It seems that in their mind they would keep thinking, we will go like this, we will climb the mountains, we will see the beautiful Pushkarini over there, we will We will see the beautiful waterfalls over there. We'll see the Padmavati temple below. We will take darshan of so many other places over there, and how Lord Srinivasa, how he stands, how he will take his darshan. So it seems they keep anticipating that we are going to see all this. And so for such a person, the journey also becomes very great, very blissful. Second example Acharyas give is about Akrura Yatra, how Akrur came to Vrindavan. He was thinking that how Krishna is going to call me, uncle, he will come. Maybe he would have called him Mama or Chacha something. So how he's going to come and he will embrace me tightly and he will ask me about how I am doing, how his parents are, and he will talk to me so nicely. He'll hold my hands. He'll take me to his house. So this is how Akrura had come to Vrindavan. And throughout his journey, he kept thinking how I'm going to meet Krishna, what I'll talk to him, how I will hold his hand, how Krishna will embrace me, and all that. And how when he saw Krishna's lotus footprints in the sand, he got down and he offered his obeisances. So Akrura Yatra is like that. He came with great anticipation to see Krishna. And third one is the Jivatma's Yatra to Sri Vaikuntha. So when the Jivatma gets liberated from this world and goes back to the spiritual world, it seems the Jivatma gets lot of upacharas. It is called as Archis Marg. So it seems many celestial beings come and they accompany the Jivatma, they take him to the Viraja river, and then after over there he gets a spiritual form. And how they in different lokas there is a description how the devatas come and they offer him argya and all that this Jivatma is going back to Vaikuntha or spiritual world. So he accepts all those honors, and it seems that journey is very beautiful. It's a very long journey. It has been described, called as the Archis Margam. We will not describe that in great detail, but it seems a person who has completely taken shelter of Krishna and Acharyas, he knows that at the end of my life, I'm going through the Archis Marga. Archis means the path of light. So it seems he waits for that day, just like a bride waits for her day of marriage. So that's why that path is also filled with anticipation and bliss. So Andal is giving these three examples to say that these girls were going to Krishna's house with so much anticipation, just like Akrura, just like Jivatma going to the Vaikuntha planets, like that. But for you, they are all waiting. So just like Ravana and Kumbhakarna, how they separated Sita from Ram, you are separating all these girls from Krishna, from meeting him. So don't do that. You quickly get up and come out with us. So when this girl she hears all this, she also gets up and she comes out. And the very nice auspicious thing that Andal has kept over here for us is that the Mangalmay quality of patience. So she says that all these girls who are going to Krishna's house with great anticipation, they patiently waited because they know we should not go alone. We have to take this Bhagavata along with us. So we are not going to leave any devotee behind. We have to go together. We have decided to do this vrata together. We are going to do everything together. We are not going to leave anyone behind. We will convince them. We will plead to them. We will do anything that is required to bring them back into our goshti or our group. And we are going to take them. So all the girls waited patiently for for this girl to wake up and join them. So Andal says that Krishna appreciates this quality of patience very much. And when he sees that my devotee is so patient, when he sees that my devotee is waiting with patience that they will get Krishna's complete mercy. So Krishna himself feels very happy and he says, it is like a wow factor. Oh, my devotee has so much patience for me. So it seems he expresses his patience, his feelings like that. So she says, so for such a devotee who has so much patience, Krishna will himself think what is good for this devotee and he will do that. We don't even have to tell them. He will Araichi means to do research. So Krishna, it seems, will do research in his mind. He will think what is best for this devotee and he will bestow that. Because he'll be so happy. So she says that in this Pasuram, this patience is a very Mangalmay, a very auspicious quality that she has brought out over here. Okay, going to the next Pasuram. She says, Tumani madat sutrum milakeriya dubam kamala tuilanai mel kanmalarum Mama magare manik kadavum Thiruppavai mami ravai edupiro Unmagal dan umayo andrassavido vanantalo Yema perunduil mandirapattalo Mama yan madhavan vaikundan ennendru Namum palavum navindre lorembamai. So she comes to the house of the fourth girl. Now all the others have joined their group. So when Andal and the girls come to this group, to the house of this girl, the fourth girl now in the list, she does not give any symptoms of the morning, like birds and all that. In fact, she starts describing this girl's house. So she says that this girl's house, her room, that itself is so auspicious to look at. So she says, "Tu mani madatta sutru milakeriya." It seems this girl, her room was bedecked with faultless gems. So there are many kinds of gems. Some gems may have some faults in them. So the jeweler or the gemologist, they remove the fault in those gems and then they sell it, but it is sold at a lower price. But there are some gems that are found which have no faults in them. So the such faultless gems are called as tu mani. Tu means very pure. Like in the fifth Pasuram, we saw Tuya Peruni Yamuna. Pure, yeah, Yamuna river is very pure. Like that, Tuyo Mai Vandu, or we came with pure mind, body, and speech. So everywhere she brings out this prefix tu. Tu means very pure. So she says this girl's room was bedecked with pure gems which had no faults in them. And she had lit lamps everywhere. So lighting lamps, like in our tradition, whenever there's a special occasion, festival, in fact, every day we light lamp in our house, in our temple, in the home temple. And when there are special festivals, we light lamps, we light more lamps. We light lamps in the doorsteps and everywhere in the house outside. We make rangoli, we keep lamps over there. So even if we go to our temples in South, we'll see many, many lamps are lit over there. So apart from the electric bulbs, for us, the ghee lamps or oil lamps are much, even more auspicious. So this girl, oh, can you hear me? Okay. So this girl, there were lamps lit everywhere in her room. And it seems she was sleeping on a very beautiful bed. And this bed, it was a very fragrant bed, it seems. It had the fragrance of lotus flowers. And and she had also lit dhoop in her house. Dhoop means, we offer dhoopa during Aarti, deepa, dhoopa. So that kind of a dhoopa was already lit in her room. So the room was very fragrant. It was big. The walls were bedecked with jewels. She had lit lamps, and the lamps, the reflection was seen in the pillars in the room. So it seems the atmosphere was like Shuddha Sattva, something like in Vaikuntha Loka. So that's why Andal starts describing a room, because all these are very auspicious glimpses that Andal gets in a room. So we also learn how we should decorate our house. Of course, we may not have these faultless gems to put them on the walls, but at least we can light lamps. We can keep dhoopa, deepa, all these things. And of course, and this girl was also sleeping on a very beautiful, clean bed, which was very fragrant. So, and how this girl was sleeping, it seems she was really sleeping. It is not that she was trying to just experience the bliss alone, or she's awake, but she's just trying to not wake up. Not like the other two girls, the previous girls, they were actually awake, but they didn't want to come out because they were alone. They were lying in the room and they were thinking about Krishna. But this girl is not like that. She's actually sleeping. She is not pretending to sleep. So Andal sees that how can this girl sleep? The fact that this girl is sleeping, that means that she has got Mahavishwasam. Only when somebody has got complete faith that they are going to be protected, such a person can sleep very peacefully. So this girl is this Mahavishwasam that Krishna is going to come and protect, because we are all ultimately Krishna's property. And whenever a property is lost, the property does not go looking for the owner. The owner is more concerned about his property. So he will search for the property and go and pick it up. So this girl knows that I am Krishna's property. So he will come and protect me. He will come and take me. So she had that complete Mahavishwasam that I am his property and Krishna is going to come for me. So she was sleeping peacefully. She had no fear, no worry. She had no anxiety. So looking at her, this Mahavishwasam, we say these 6 things, no? Anukule se sankalpo, pratikule se varjana. I mean that one of the qualities, Mahavishwas, great faith. Okay, so when Andal sees this quality in her, she feels that, I wish this girl was my blood relative. It would have been so good. That's why Andal calls her mother as Mami, because she wants that at least let me call her mother Mami. That means this girl will become my cousin. So she says that, oh Mami, why is this girl not waking up? We are trying to call her since so long. And is something wrong with her? Has someone put some spell on her? Or has she got possessed or something? Because we are trying to call out so loudly she can't hear us. That means maybe she has got possessed or somebody has put some spell on her. So when this Mami hears this, she gets very scared. What are you all talking about? I'm now feeling very worried. What is all this spell and all this getting possessed? So Andal tells her, don't worry, Mami. We have a very good medicine. You don't have to go to you don't have to go anywhere else to show your daughter. We are all chanting the names of Lord Vaikuntanath. So when she comes out, and she also chants the names of Madhava. Madhava means the husband of the goddess of fortune. And Vaikuntanath, because Lakshmi Devi is the Lord's consort, he is Vaikuntanath. So she made him qualified to be Vaikuntanath. So they say like that. So we are going to chant such thousands of his names. So you wake her up and send her with her. So if she chants all these names of Krishna with us, all the spells will go away. And she'll be completely cured. Even if any such possibilities there, she will get completely purified. So then the Mami of the girl's mother, she wakes the girl and she sends her with Andal. And she also happily starts singing all these names of Krishna. Ma Mayan, Madhavan, Vaikundan. So she has given 3 names over. Ma Mayan means Krishna who does such Ascharya Janak pastimes that nobody can even conceive of. And he is Madhavan, the husband of the goddess of fortune, and he is the lord of Vaikunta. So all chanting such names, they go. So in this Pasuram, Andal has given us a benediction that by chanting such the names of Lord Krishna in all his different names, like Madhava, all these names, and also the 1,000 names she has said over here, like the Sahasranamam or any names of Krishna, one can even become free from spells or such evil influence. If anyone has come, even if anyone has come under any evil influence, or anyone has come under the influence of a spell, even such kind of problems one can get rid of just by chanting the names of Krishna. So this is what Andal says over here. Next we will see 10th Pasuram, and that is Notrachuar Hugindramamanai Matra Muntararo Vasal Tirvadar Natra Turai Mudinara Yananammal Potra Paritarum Punyanal Pandorunal Putra Tinvaivil Nagumbakarnal Totra Munake Perendu Irnam Tandano Atra Nantal Udaya Arum Kalame Tetramai Vandu Tirave Lorembavai. Here, when they come to this girl's house, this is the fifth girl, and her house is also so beautiful. This girl is sleeping in such a way that Andal and her friends are calling out to her loudly, calling out her name. But this girl is not coming out. Now, what happens is they get a very fragrant smell. They get the smell of tulsi. So when they get the smell of tulsi, Andal and her friends said that, hey, this girl has already achieved Swarga. What we are all we all decided and discussed last night that we will perform this Pavai Nomba or this Vrata, and then Krishna will help us. We will do 1 month Vrata, and then we will attain Krishna. But this girl, without doing any such Vrata, she has already attained the goal. So she says she has already attained Swarga. Swarga means, now we may wonder from where the Swarga has come now. For the girls wanted Krishna, and for the townspeople, they wanted rain. So what is this third thing now, that's Swarga? So Acharya has explained very beautifully. It seems when Lord Ram and Sita were going for exile, Ram was not taking Sita along with him initially. So Sita says, okay, I'll ask you one question. If you answer that correctly, I will not come with you. If you give a wrong answer, I will come with you. So Ram says, okay, ask me now, whatever question you have. So Lord Ram is thinking in his mind, I am the student of Vasishta. Is there any question that I cannot answer? So Sita Devi asks, what is Swarga and what is Naraka? So Lord Ram says, oh, such a simple question. He says, so he starts giving a big lecture. He starts explaining very nicely that, oh, Swarga means, there are 14 planetary systems, and then there is Indra Loka, there are higher celestial planets, and there is Indra is a king of Swarga, and then there are Apsaras over there, and how their 6 months are equal to our one our 6 months are equal to their 1 day, and all those things Ram begins. And Naraka means, that people experience all they suffer for their wrongdoings, and there are 27 types of Naraka. And so then Sita says that, I thought you are a big Sishya of Vasishta. You don't even know such a small answer. At least you say, I don't know. So Ram says, come on, this is the universal understanding of Swarga and Naraka. What is wrong in that? So Sita Devi says, you should have asked me for whom. Swarga and Naraka is a relative terminology. For whom? For different people, Swarga and Naraka is different. Like, like she's, the people say that, let's say if there is some singer and he has to go for a very important concert. If his throat cooperates with him, then that is like Swarga for him. Oh, thank God, my throat completely cooperated. If it doesn't, then it is like Naraka experience. So at every situation, for every person, the experience of Swarga and Naraka is different. So if we sleep very peacefully without a mosquito bite, it is Swarga for us. Yeah, but if we have a very disturbed sleep, phone is ringing, bell is ringing, doorbell is ringing, mosquitoes are biting, it is Naraka. So at every situation, Swarga and Naraka is different, and it is different for different people. So Sita is saying that for me, whenever you are with me, it is Swarga. When I'm away from you, it is Naraka. So in this way, Sita Devi gave that definition. So in that connection over here, Andal is saying that this girl has already attained Swarga. That means she has attained Krishna. So she's saying that Krishna is present in her house. That is why we can get the smell of the tulsi, because Krishna wears tulsi on his head also. He wears tulsi garland, he wears tulsi on his head also, in his hair. And that's very fragrant. And she says that you're not opening your door, at least open your mouth and answer to us. And she says, we know that Krishna is in your room, he's right now with you. Natra Tulamudi Narayanan, because only he wears tulsi in his neck and he wears it on his head, so that we can get a smell now. So this girl is saying, no, there is no Krishna over here. How can you say such a thing? Because my door is latched from inside. How can Krishna come inside? You can see my door is closed. And coincidentally, what happens is this girl's house is very close to Krishna's house. It seems there is just one wall separating their houses. So earlier we had discussed many pastimes, how they had made a secret door, and they would keep coming and going, and their parents didn't know. And we had discussed this last year or maybe previous year also. So the same girl we are talking about. So Andal says, no, for Krishna, he doesn't need any door. He doesn't need any for someone to open the latch of the door. We all know how Krishna appeared as Narsingadev in Prahlad's palace, in Hiranyakashipu's palace, from a pillar. So when he can appear from a pillar, he can appear from anywhere. So he has now appeared in your room. We know he is there. So then this girl says, no, he's not here. So then they keep arguing, and then Andal says that, see, because Krishna is there, you should not experience him alone. We all have decided that we will perform this vrata, and all of us are going to be together in this. So we are all going to experience this Krishnanubhavam together. So it is not good for you to keep Krishna in your room and experience him alone like this. So now you come out, let us go and call our other friends, and let us then proceed for our vrata together. You have to join us now. So when, and then also, you see, over here we discussed how this girl initially says that, no, Krishna is not here, and then again she goes to sleep. So then Andal says that, Arey, looks like this girl, that this friend of ours had a competition with Kumbhakarna. They both had a sleeping competition. And Kumbhakarna lost with her. He got completely defeated, and as a reward, he gave his sleep to this girl. So now she has her own sleep plus Kumbhakarna's sleep. So she has gone back to sleep. So this way, they say all this from outside. Finally, this girl, she wakes up, and then Andal tells her that Atra Ananta Ludayai Arunkalami. She says, Arey, you are so dear to Krishna that just if you just come with us, if Krishna sees you in our group, he will bestow all blessings on us, because you are the most dear gopi for Krishna. So you come with us, you will be like a leader. And without you, we can't approach Krishna. So you come with us. And Andal tells her that Tetramai Vandu, don't come in great hurry, don't open the door in great hurry. You please, make your dress and all proper. If your hair is like kind of got disheveled, if your dress has got disheveled here and there, you correct everything, put everything in place, and then open the door and come. So here also Acharyas point out a Ramayana connection, that when Lakshmana had come to chastise Sugriv, he got so scared that they decided to send Tara. And when Tara came out, she came directly from the bedroom. She didn't even correct her hair. She did not put her clothes in place. Everything was loose and it was all falling from here and there. And Lakshman became so embarrassed that he turned his face and looked at the ground. And later, even when Sugriv came, he never looked at him. He kept his eyes down like that. He kept looking somewhere else. So Andal is saying that, yes, we know you are very enthusiastic to come with us, but you're coming directly, you're getting up from your sleep and coming out. So you make sure that you make everything, your dress and all in order, and then come outside. So then this girl also comes out. Andal points out over here such very nice auspicious things, the smell of tulsi, and what is real swarga for a devotee, and pointing out all these things. Andal proceeds for the next house, which we will see next time. Today we saw till 10th Pasuram. So today is the day of the 10th Pasuram. Today is the 10th day of this Margadi Vrata. So every time in our class, we are like doing that rabbit and tortoise race. So we stop, then we catch up. So we stop, we catch up. So now we will catch up on Saturday. So in this way, we have seen completed 10 Pasurams till now. So we saw how in the first Pasuram, very just a 1 minute recap, Andal explains, calls out all her friends. She explains that they have got such a beautiful day has appeared like the full moon day. And she calls out to all her friends that if you have desire to experience this, to experience devotional service, that is enough. And she explains that we are going to worship Lord Narayan, who is none other than Krishna. In the second one, she explains all auspicious things that we should do during this vrata. By doing that, we will attain Krishna. In the third one, she explained how the townspeople are also going to be benefited. by our vrata, that is, we will attain Krishna, whereas they will attain what they want is rain, lot of abundance in crops, milk, and everything. In the fourth Pasuram, she explained not only the townspeople, even the devatas will experience a lot of benefits because they are going to serve a Bhagavata by pouring rain at the right time. We saw Parjanya Devata had come. Over there, Andal explained that you should come when she explained that when she told Parjanya Devata that your thunder should remind us of Krishna's conch. Why? She explains over there that the conch sound is a very mangalmay, auspicious thing. When the conch is blown, that sound destroys all other inauspicious sounds. And she says that your lightning should remind us of Krishna's Sudarshan disc because lightning removes all ignorance. So we need both of these things. So when we see your lightning, all our ignorance will be destroyed. And when we hear your thunder, all the inauspicious sounds are there around, they will all get destroyed. And plus, because you will bring water from the middle of the ocean, the Saratamam water, we will get knowledge which is from the depth. We won't have anything superficial. Then in the fifth Pasuram, Andal spoke about how our sins will not pose any obstacles. And we chant the names of Krishna, all the sins will burn away. And then in the sixth one, she pointed out two auspicious things. One is Garutman, Kshemakari bird, the carrier of Lord Vishnu. He has woken up. So just by thinking about Garuda, because Garuda represents all Veda, he is also called as Vedatma, he's called Garutman, Kshemakari. These are all his names. And second one is Hari 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 Hari. These two sounds are very important. In the seventh Pasuram that we saw today, she explained the Mangalmay Dhvani of the ornaments where the gopis are wearing and the churning. The churning of the curd is a very auspicious Mangalmay Dhvani. And then in the eighth Pasuram, the quality of patience was highlighted as a very auspicious quality. Ninth one, she described all these beautiful glimpses that she got in the girl's house. Beautiful lamps are lit, clean, fragrant bed. And in the 10th Pasuram, how the smell of tulsi. And this is what she described. And next time we will see from the 11th one. We will stop with this. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much for this churning, Mataji. As you said, from churning, all auspicious things come. So this year with this churning, a lot of auspicious things have come. I'm so grateful to you. Any questions anybody would want to ask? So I think the question of Meghna about River Godavari will be answered in the next few sessions, Mataji. Mataji, you're muted.
Last time I told you briefly that Godavari had in Ramayana, in Ram Lila, Godavari failed to help Ram, like Yamuna river had helped Krishna and Vasudev, but Godavari did not help Ram. But so Godavari river also had that the deity Godavari Devi had that she had that remorse in her mind that I did this mistake. So Anda Bhuma Devi, she told Godavari Devi that don't worry, when I appear in Kali Yuga, I will take your name and appear, Goda. So Andal's another name is Goda Devi. So just by my taking your name, you will be freed from that blemish that you got. So of course, Godavari is a holy river only, but it is for the rasa of the pastime that we discussed that, and whatever blemish was there, the remorse that Godavari Devi had, that Andal removed by coming and appearing and taking the name Goda. So by chanting the name Goda, we are reminded of Godavari also, and Goda is Andal, so we get purified. So Godavari river is also purified.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Okay.
We'll meet again on Saturday at the same time.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your time and so much eagerness and attentive listening. Right.
Meghna will discuss about your question in the next session.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Then